Travelers and foodies have surely heard of New York's Purple Yam, that Filipino restaurant which made the international community take notice of our local cuisine. For the curious, you don't have to fly miles away anymore. The successful dining spot has landed right here in the heart of Manila. Pia Bonalas checks it out this morning. Hey, Pia!
Good morning. This day I am here at the ancestral home of the Besas that are opening over the weekend for some fine dining meals. I am here at Purple Yam with, of course, Ami Besa, Chef Romy Dorotan, and Joseph Galvez to tell us more about their whole concept. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
First of all, of course, Miss Amy, you opened your doors to the Filipino public, but this isn't new to you. You've been in the restaurant business, both of you, for such a long time in New York.
Yes, since 1995.
Can you tell us about opening a Filipino restaurant in New York?
Well, it's a challenge because we don't have the ingredients there. So we had to use good substitutes, you know. But the whole point was to showcase our food with the best possible ingredients wherever you are. And now we are back in the home country using our own ingredients. This is really our dream. Yeah.
You really wanted to go back here. Why did you want to have, like, of course, a Filipino restaurant right here in Malate, in the house you grew up in?
Yes, because I love my culture, I love my food. And there's nothing more rewarding than discovering a lot of the ingredients that are in our environment. There are so many ingredients that are unknown, underappreciated, and ignored.
Yes.
So I want to showcase all of them
and make
them taste it.
And I love how, you know, you could have this in such a homey setting. The home looks really beautiful. And, you know, just looking at it, and I do know that there's like a Botong Francisco masterpiece that's showcased there. All of these you could enjoy while looking at all these food. How different, Chef, is the menu that you're serving here from what you have back in New York?
Not too much for now because I'm trying to learn more about the ingredients and how to cook them, and so I'm using a lot more from what I learned in New York, and then starting slowly to develop how to cook and how to set the menus.
And what are the usual favorites? Like, usually what would Americans have for like Filipino food that you know that you couldn't really serve there, that you could serve here? Did you take more liberties with the menu you have here, something more local for the Filipino palate?
Not so much because of the, like, adobo is very, very popular already.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And because the basic ingredients there, like vinegar, garlic, and meats, so we could easily reproduce. But our adobo has gata.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm from, Sorsogon, Bicol.
And that's how adobo is served there. So that's very interesting how those things vary from place to place. And we have like a whole selection of what you have to offer here. This is something that you only have during the weekends. Miss Amy, can you tell us a little bit how they could go about, like, how does it happen? Do they have to reserve? How many people could be accommodated?
Well, they can always text or call me, 0926-713-3523. That's my number, and that's how people make reservations, or they can email me. That's what's been happening, and it's very easy, and people sometimes make requests.
Okay.
Although we do have a set menu, it's 2.5 for dinner and 1.5 for brunch. But I do get people saying, can we have lamb? Can we have the cured tuna? That seems to be a very popular dish right now.
It is the one right
Yes,
here in the
yes.
middle.
You know, Romy makes the cured tuna, and that's organic duck egg.
Oh, okay. So this is a sampling of what you'd be serving for brunch or for dinner? Or this is a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay. Chef Joseph, can you tell me about what we have here? That's quite a spread, starting from this one right here.
So this is a kamote ana. Usually it's a potato ana. It's almost a French dish, but we substitute it with local ingredients. So we're using kamote. It's a yellow and purple kamote. Okay. And here we have a nori taco. So it's deep fried nori, and it acts as a taco shell.
Okay, wait. I just to show them a little bit, if you would notice, the nori is right there because it's kind of blending with the greens. So you could see it's right there and it's crispy nori. How do you achieve that kind of crispy nori?
Basically, you have to make a glutinous rice paste and spread it on top of the nori and then air dry it and then deep fry.
Wow. Anything deep fried, I'm there. So that's something I'm very excited about. And then this one right here.
We use a beef tapa on top of this. This is beef tapa.
Oh,
We
right
have,
there.
Beef tapa, guava, and green mango.
Okay, so I can have that and pretend that, if I'm on a date, I'd be pretending that, I'm just having my salad, but really I have my beef there and a nice deep fried nori right there. This one, Miss Amy is already telling us about the best seller. Can you tell, who would want to tell me about this one?
It's a blanched sayote tops. So we try to use native greens which are not really known to the public. And we have an organic, soft-boiled organic duck egg with some julienne of radish and pili nuts. Mixture.
Because when you say kamote tops, it really reminds me of like my lola. She would love having kamote tops with whatever dish she's serving. And it's not something I would think she would think of combining with like a nice fish like this and then with the egg. So I know that the tuna is a favorite. This is really, really yummy, but is the tuna raw? Is it served raw as well?
It's cured overnight. We make a salt and sugar solution and we just spread it on the tuna and we leave it overnight in the fridge.
That's really, really yummy. That's a nice way of serving tuna, something that I've never tasted before. And, having it with these, with the kamote tops and with the egg, I'll be tasting that in a while. But we have to move on to the other dishes. Tell me about this rice dish right here.
We don't want to serve like plain steamed rice. So what we do is we chop up some vegetables. We have turmeric, carrots, some onions, leeks, and we saute them in the pan, and then we cook the rice with these vegetables to give it more flavor of the natural vegetable.
And it's always nicer to see rice in a different color. If it's like yellow, it makes it more appetizing, especially to kids. And then this chicken.
So this adobo, this is a cocle from Pamora Farms. It's a spring chicken. And so we just made a simple adobo, but in the end we deep fry it to give it a crisp. And as Chef Romy said, we add gata.
We use very good vinegars. We use natural vinegars. That's one key element that we want to introduce in adobos. We use tamarind vinegar there, and then also kaong vinegar, which are quite rare. You can't find them easily.
Yeah, it's the first time I've heard of like a tamarind vinegar or like a kaong vinegar. So does that give like a sweeter kind of taste to the adobo?
It's natural vinegar as opposed to the commercial vinegars, which are commercial, factory-made vinegars.
Yes.
And the fact that we use tamarind vinegar here, it gives us an Abra profile because the chickens are grown in Abra and the tamarind vinegar came from Abra.
Oh.
So it has a unified feel. And the kaong vinegar, he used different parts of the chicken to cook with kaong vinegar, and then other parts of the chicken with tamarind. So you get a different flavors within the same dish.
All right, so you have to really...
Yes. I just want to show the green. That's called the karimbuaya. That's a leaf from this cactus-like succulent plant. It has a bit of dagta, and the Ilocanos use it to stuff lechon and roast chicken.
Okay.
And it cleans it up. It removes any odor inside the animal when you roast it. And that's a traditional Ilocano way of cooking.
Ah, yum. Okay, so that's a nice garnish to the side. And you really want to go right through the whole chicken then if you have like different flavors as you go through the different pieces. And this one, I'm sure everybody's so excited to have like a piece of that if you're having a family brunch. Can you tell me about the ribs?
So it's like a East meets West concept. It's a dry rub with different spices, but we marinate it with like an Asian style with some soy, some ginger, some local shallots. And we add some sort of a sweet and sour pineapple sauce on top.
That sounds really,
I'd like
really
to
amazing.
mention that part of the dry rub, we used organic black peppercorns that we sourced from a farm, the Dugan farm in Rosario, Batangas. And it's very powerful, very pungent, and fresh.
So that's just not just a good way of enjoying Filipino food, but also, supporting local culture and local communities as well. So all of that you can have here at Purple Yam. Thank you so much, everyone. For those of you who are looking for a nice place to go to this weekend, you know where to go to have a nice homey meal, only here at Purple Yam. Back to you, Rowan and Claire.
Thanks, Pia.